looks like maybe I got to go live. And it looks like I have video. So that's interesting. I've had a rough morning for some reason. And I've not been feeling great today. I couldn't sleep last night, so I probably have to figure some stuff out for that. I take these headphones off, because they're not part of this. It looks like my voice is a little loud, because it's peaking up and not red. Let's just try to bring her down a bit. And yeah, I'll just try to hopefully not be too loud. I started out feeling okay. I drove my daughter to school. Everything was alright. And now I just don't feel amazing. I did have a couple of coughing fits. I haven't managed to have a shower yet today. My physiotherapist said showering will be really difficult and tiring, and she's not wrong about that. And and I did my walking this morning too. And I just feel like my stomach's a little upset. My lungs are feeling a little extra wet today, and I know that's a weird thing to say. So, anyway, I got no viewers because I'm really not sure that people understand that I've gone live again, and I seem to have a camera. When people show up, I hope they'll kind of show me what's going on and let me know what's happening. Today is a pretty important day. My fellowship focus group will be tonight. So, that's why I'm not going to stream for too long today. B.S. Lewis, audio echoing and crappy. Okay, well, let's see if this could be the problem. Because I think, yeah. B.S., thanks for coming. Let me know if it's better now, because I had a website open that this thing opened for me previously. And crappy audio shouldn't be what's happening, because I have a half decent microphone, but I'm sure it's not professional or anything, but performance mode on that, projector, create output projector, I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's just like another little screen. I don't really need that. Double audio, okay. You still have double audio. And we're gonna open. This didn't open. Okay. All right. So you were getting like an echo or double audio. It's still bad. It says BS and double audio. Okay. I wonder if the speakers are here to do that. Okay. Let me know if that's any better. I'm just disabling my speakers. Yeah, it has to be AR, and I've been goofing around with this fucking thing for like 25 minutes. Just to get my camera to come on took me a long time, and I'm thinking I just fucked something up. It's no echo now. Okay, so it looks like be happening was it looks like what I did was I added speakers. So that's okay. So now I have one set of speakers. The gain might be too high, yeah, and this is not something that gives me a lot to work with. Properties, microphone, speakers, stream track, yeah. Use device, time set, microphone. That's the right one to use. Audio. Okay, don't do that. So I turned the fucking monitor on. Monitor off is the best way to go. Yeah, so, yeah, okay, so that should be good. Yeah, and I don't want to use monitor, obviously, so, Yeah, I think that's good. I think I've got it figured out, at least for that, and now my camera has gone off. So, yeah, editor, that's weird. Okay, editor, camera, sources. Okay, so I got rid of, I got rid of something I shouldn't have gotten rid of. There we go. Video's back. Hey, PC. PC's back. AR's here. BS Lewis is here. And I'm a little loud. Okay. So I can pull this down. Let's see. I'm right about here. Alright, let's, testing. Alright, maybe I should read something and see if I can get my deep radio voice going. Or I could do my announcer voice. Sunday at Roy Thompson Hall, 1,000 screaming violins. Join the Toronto Symphony Orchestra and their conductor Yuka-Peka Saraste. Alright. That was a joke we used to tell my nerdy friends and I, because we listen to public radio, and we also listen to regular radio, and regular radio would have an ad for like Monster Jam, which is like monster truck, and they'd be like, come and see the Truckosaurus Rex. Sunday at the Sky Dome. Monster trucks and demolition derby and 1,000 flaming crushed cars. You know, that kind of shit. You know, we used to fuck around with shit like that. You pay for the whole seat, but you don't need the edge. That's right, trees. Yeah, so like, I'm supposed to like use my voice. That's like my voice in person. People come and talk to me about it all the time, and now I talk about it all the time because I'm just like sitting there talking to people, and I'm just like, hey, that was a great conference. I loved meeting this person. That guy's presentation was awesome. Didn't you love hearing from that girl? She was amazing. And I'm just here like shooting the shit with a bunch of friends. And this was at a conference, and this woman and her husband come down the stairs. I've told this story 1,000 times. And it's like, oh, Jay uses it, I use it. AR, why don't I ever watch you? Why do I not watch AR's channel? How do I not know you have a channel? What the fuck is wrong with me? Alright, that's a problem I have to solve. Maybe PC can put AR's channel in the stream, and then I can go check it out. Or AR's a mod. AR can put their channel in the stream. I can't even sign into the goddamn chat. It's not right, it sounds crackly. Okay. Alright, that sounds not good. Yeah, it doesn't have much. Well, you got, isn't AR Arkansas? I mean, I'm sure that's not what your name is. But maybe it isn't. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know what it is. Okay, I'm sorry you were used to Talk and Gather. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. AR, I gotta catch up with you somewhere, because I see you everywhere, and we haven't had a good chat about who you are, what you do. And I never get over to Gather anymore, so I gotta fix that shit, right? Alright, so my audio is fucked up, so like, testing out my amazing deep booming voice that people come and say, you need to be on the radio. Oh, do you live in Gather, PC? Oh, yeah. You know what I should get over is Jay's Ranch is like the place to hang out. I have a Gather space, but the only person who's ever come there to see me is Dr. Tapioca Weasel. Because, he'll give me whatever. So, I thought I'd talk about two things, maybe three today. So the first thing is I have my fellowship thing. So it's the fellowship of Obesity Canada and Diabetes Action Canada that I work on. And I'm really looking forward to that. Tonight we're going to get a bunch of people in to have a focus group, and my partner and I have come up with a bunch of questions and talking points to deal with bias and stigma. So if people here want to, put in chat things about bias and stigma that you've run into, I'd love to have a little chat about that, and I'll bring that up as people put stuff in chat. My ADHD will take me all over the goddamn place, and then I could talk about why I have no fucking audio shit going on. Yeah, get over to Gather, and if people need another place to hang out, I'll try to figure out what my Gather thing is and put it out, because maybe sometimes. Yeah, I'll post it, yeah, and I don't want to take people from Jay's, but if people just want to hang out somewhere else and do like a chat. Oh, Trees, did you hear? Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that, Trees. And I hope your mother's doing okay. Diabetes is a pretty serious disease, and I don't like it when people treat it as like something to bother people about. I guess maybe what I see happening and what I hear happening is people will. What is it that people do? People use it as like kind of an insult, towards people, like especially people living with obesity, people in larger bodies. There's just this presumption that they eat garbage all the time, and that certainly does happen. But a lot of the garbage eating isn't initially what the main problem is. The main problem is but the physical issues. Metabolic changes and difficulties, and that stuff can really sort of cause problems because there's sort of this vicious circle that happens there. And the female side of so Trees, I'm happy if you're not suffering. That's great, Trees. But yeah, I know and I've seen that both ways. And my wife lives with diabetes, and her father lives with diabetes. So, and his mother lives with it. So, on that branch of my family, they're not blood relatives, but we are from very similar backgrounds in terms of like our genetics and whatnot. But yeah, my father-in-law actually grew up in Germany, so he's like she's a first generation Canadian on her side of the family, but on the other side they go back quite a bit further. So that's which is a bit weird because people don't. People look at white people in Canada and they just assume they all have relatives that go way, way back. But, in this case, my wife grew up with a new immigrant as her father, and her mother as being born and raised here. And it's an interesting thing because you get a different take on things from recent European immigrants as opposed to ones that came long ago. You just hear different things from people because the European way of life and the North American way of life are different, and even Canadian and American ways of life are pretty different. I'm not going to bring up anything specific because I didn't watch the debate. I didn't bother watching the debate last night. I dropped into a couple of streams where people were chatting about it. I'm going to make a prediction. I probably will catch up with some nonsense from it later, and I've got this weird prediction. I bet when I tune in, I'm going to find that people just yelled at each other about being idiots, they didn't tell you why you should vote for them and what they're going to do for you. They said that the other person is going to be a terrorist in office and destroy everything. That's what I'm thinking probably happened. And then the other thing I think is, and I'm going to find, is that Donald Trump gave out lots of sound bites that sounded extremely incoherent, even though he is the most humble and the most braggadocious president ever. Just ask him. I did hear a hilarious clip from one of the late night hosts. I think it was Jimmy Kimmel. He's been doing a lot of Trump clips, and it was funny because he clipped together all the times Donald Trump, like probably not all the times, but like 20, 30 times where he said, I know nothing about this, you can't blame me, I didn't know anything about it. And then the ones where he says, I am the most expert person on this subject ever, no one knows more about this than me. And it was hilarious because they played them one after the other. I don't know how long the clips were, but it seemed like it went on for a minute or two of just, different times he said the same shit. So I think like Kamala's probably did a pretty good job. I think Harris and Walz are probably coming off to the average intelligent thinking person as a pretty good team to maybe run a country, and that he has a plan to make a plan. Yeah, well, you know what? That's great. I have a plan to make a plan too, but I've been working for a number of months at making a plan, and I actually, after I finish this, I'm going to sit down and read my plan so that when I do this thing tonight, I'm ready for the plan. it's just I find it hard. I find it really hard as a Canadian from the outside looking in, and our federal politics is all in turmoil right now too, for a number of reasons, and nobody really loves our prime minister, and some people thinks it's terrible. Our Brazilian is a number bigger than $1 billion. Yeah, well, that's probably true. And put in the chat whether you think a quintillion is a real number. Anyway, I love big butts, so Brazilians are great. That's a terrible stereotype, right? So I'm going to talk about stereotypes. Anyway, whether you're wax Brazilian, whether you're bushier in the jungle, or whether you're somewhere in between, maybe if you're a certain age, maybe you're like 90s style and you go with the landing strip. It really doesn't matter. Immigrants treating the pets in Ohio. I did hear someone say that, and it's Haitian immigrants, particularly, that eat the pets. They're saying, man, they have crazy white people, and I'm not saying I'm not white. I'm not even saying I'm not crazy, but crazy white people come up with some just ludicrous shit. Springfield, says Bart Simpson. Yeah, was it Springfield? South America is beautiful women and people. You know what? The few people I know from South America are pretty good. I did meet one guy who was Brazilian who I didn't really think that much of. Their personality was a certain way, and in retrospect, I probably should have recognized that they were probably just on some sort of drugs or something. Because they were a person that started out seeming okay, and then the more I got to know them, and they worked for somebody that I worked with. They were an employee of someone else, and I saw them around because they worked with me, and I ended up catching them doing something to that person, and just gave them the heads up on what I saw happening. But they basically were stealing from their own employer. But other people I've met from South America has just been fantastic. And another thing you see a lot of, and Haiti's among this, a lot of Haitians will come to Quebec because they speak French, or a version of French, and French is spoken in Quebec. So a lot of Haitians, rather than coming to Ontario, come and settle in Quebec. Haiti's a place where the politics are pretty fucked up. So, and Haiti's in the Caribbean. We get a lot of Caribbean immigrants to Canada, and I know quite a few that I've met in my career in construction. Lots of them work in construction. It's clipping. Okay, I'm sorry, Nitty. I'm literally testing. I'm testing this system here to see how things go. He got fact checked on 3 issues. Wow, I can't wait to go see what he got fact checked on. Hey Nitty, welcome. I'm glad you're here. You're still fuzzy? I'm fuzzy, eh? This is like, and part of the problem is I have no idea what I'm doing. Retain my gain? Okay. Alright. Because part of the biggest problem here is I have, let me see. Election, abortion, pets. Okay. Here, I'm gonna do this. Okay, so just let me know if my sugar tanked again. Okay, it's not true. Put my volume back up. Okay, no, yeah, it's okay, Nitty. This is me testing Streamlabs as a way to do this, and I'll probably need to watch some videos about how to use it. One thing I've noticed is that I have backing up was better. Yeah, and you probably heard my beeps. I have for being diabetic, I have a monitor on my arm called a Libre 2. Backing up from mic work. Okay, so like this. Nitty, I usually use Firefox, but I'm working with I'm working with Streamlabs desktop. Yeah, and Firefox, I've had issues with Firefox on this, and then the other thing I have is Edge came with this. This is my son's computer I'm borrowing, and it came with Edge. Beware, it's triggering. Oh, there's a song for trees. I wonder what that is. Oh, your mom has that. Yeah, so then there's also, I tried to get the Dexcom because, so when I'm at work, I keep knocking the thing off my arm because I'm very large. I think I've talked about that lots of times. Someone should review this song. What is this song? Like, should I do this? PC, like, should I do this now? Like, if I do this and share this, like, what will happen? I wonder what will happen if I, like, review this song. Is this a good song? Whatever became of Christian America? Is this?
Something happened a long time ago in Haiti.
This is going to be echoey, right?
I want to talk about it. They were under the heel of the French, and they got together and sort of packed.
So what happens when I do that? It's about religion. Oh, it's Pat Robertson? Okay, it's not going to get you taken down. Okay. Like, how could I add this to the stream? That would be the thing to do, right? Streamlabs desktop. And what I want to do is I want to add a source. And the source I want to add is this, right? It's I want to do window capture. Is it a scene? No. Browser source. Okay. Add source. Enter the name of the source. So can I just grab this and like copy it and then put it in here and then paste it. Add source. So will this work? I don't know. Okay. I mean, I don't know if this worked or anything. Let's make that bigger. Okay, this is, I don't know if this will work. Okay, so here, hide on high. Gonna put the, no, it doesn't work if I put it there. But if I do, like, I'm gonna try to play this. I don't know it'll work. Here we go. Is this here? No, it wasn't there. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Streamlabs browser source. Okay, close. Jesus. Can you guys tell I have no fucking clue what I'm doing? There. No? I'm trying to do it. Okay. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm trying to put this on you. Let me know if you guys can hear this or see it.
Something happened a long time ago in Haiti.
You can see a box that says Streamlabs. Yeah, I see that too.
They were under the heel of the French, and they got together and swore a pact to the devil. They said,
Can you guys hear this?
If you get us free from the French.
You can hear it. Okay, so does the video matter?
Ever since they have been cursed.
I feel like it's loud. It's a good song. Yeah, I'm just turning it. I'm turning my volume down. Hopefully that was good. The video matters. Okay. All right. Yeah, and I'm trying to like this is good. It's funny I got Nitty up here because I think I watched a little bit of Nitty earlier. This is weird because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing this here, and I want to put this in here. I can't see the video now anymore myself. Okay. I want to do this. The video audio was actually fine. Okay. And yeah, PC says it matters. So like, I really want to see. I really want to see if I can add that in there. Okay. I can add sources for where I'm getting stuff. Screen capture. Entire monitor. Okay, so add a source. Screen capture. Okay, so I can do a screen capture. It's capture window. Show additional window. Okay, so this is like showing my whole screen. So now if I go to that PC, I should be able to like share that thing. So I'm gonna try that again, and we'll try to watch this, because I think, yeah, if I do this and then bump this out, I think we'll see it, right? So here it is.
Something happened a long time ago in Haiti, and people might not want to talk about it.
Yeah, I can see these images are. These images are terrible, but impactful and important. Yeah, and trigger warning for those that don't want to see this type of destruction, war, poverty, and basically destroying an entire culture. Okay. Okay. Oops. Sorry everybody. There we go. Hopefully that's working. I can go full screen. So this will be the main thing you see. Alright. Let's close that up. Alright, so now I'm sharing that, so I'm going to go to video capture device. So I'll just delete that. Okay. Yeah, so I'm back here, maybe. Hopefully I am. I'm not moving anymore. There we go. Okay, well, I don't know if it's catching. It looks like my camera's not working. I'm not sure why. Let's see here. Here. I don't know if it's gonna catch up or not. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I wanna say that was powerful. Thank you, Crystal, for bringing that to us. I need a second screen to hook up to get that dual screen set. Yeah. So AR, I actually tried to do that, and what I did was I set it up so I could go on TikTok. So yeah, and I don't know what's going on here. Integrated camera, close. Okay. I don't know if it'll pick me up here. Hey, Sumami. Okay. That's not what I want. I don't understand what's going on with my apps, no, network and internet, Bluetooth and devices. It's my cameras, integrated camera. There we go. Okay, sometimes that works. So basically, you're just looking at I don't know, Mr. Man, my image is frozen, but are pretty decent. Okay. Well, hey, we were listening to something. Okay, yeah, Sumami, definitely go and check out that song I just played. Here, you can feel free to come back and watch this. Cholo Cholo. It is triggering. Yeah, please, be aware it's triggering. I just say, I don't need to explain what's in there, but I think what we need to do is, let me see here. I'm trying to remove this stuff here, and then here we have a media file. I'll remove that, and then I'm just gonna see if this will go there. I don't know if I can fix this live video. There. I don't know what's going on. I don't have a fucking clue what I've done here. There. Nope. Okay. It's time for Al to just stop fucking shit up. Listen. Okay. No. It's editor camera. Okay. I'm just gonna look at this. I'm not the best looking man out there. But the expression on my face here is pretty. To me, analyzing my own expression, I see myself the way I felt during this. I saw Crystal say gives you chills. Yeah, and thank you for posting that. And Dave, I need to do another board and fix up the house. Yeah. Yeah, Dave, I have fucking problems. And I honestly don't know why. I don't know why this thing is doing what it's doing. It just froze. I played that video and it froze. And I'm just fucked, Do another Ouija board, yeah. Dave, I couldn't see Ouija because of the stupid little heart thing. Thank you so much. Yeah, lick and describe. So yeah, we did a pretty quick spin from Brazilians and their level of attractiveness and their methodology of removing hair from one's body. And then we went a little bit north to Haiti and ended up with that really. It's tremendously strong. That music and there weren't a ton of lyrics, but it was just mind-blowing set of pictures, and thank you. And for those that are visually impaired, I'm just going to go over this really quickly, and I'm trying to, because I had a good friend who was visually impaired who just passed, and I met another person who's in my fellowship who's visually impaired. I'm trying to think of people that don't have sight. And one of the things about me that people may or may not realize, or they may not think about, and I'm going to point this out, is that a lot of you, if I'm watching you on YouTube, quote unquote, I'm just listening to the audio. And straight for you, just to category 1. Okay, well, yeah, Crystal, please be safe. Put your shutters on if you need to. Yeah, I am determined. They are. It's really terrible what human beings will do to each other, right? In for any reason. And religious people will bring up atheist people that ran countries and how they treated people. And I want everybody to just take a minute here and think about who you are, and how you've been treated by the world, and whether or not what God said to the people that treated you like shit had something to do with it. Because we just saw people, and this is for everybody to just recap, and also for the sight impaired. We saw dead bodies. We saw diseased bodies. We saw floods, fires, destructions, explosions. We saw people being gunned down. We saw genocides. We saw pictures of people experiencing the very worst of humanity. And I want to say I saw a couple of images where it looked like someone was trying to comfort the dying, or comfort themselves because they lost someone who was now dead. And we saw images of the very worst of humanity and possibly the very best. And the words they said over this is what God said. And they brought images of people praying. They brought images of holy books like the Bible and the Quran. And if you think about the Abrahamic God in particular, I think we can all look at instances of the Abrahamic God being a pretty terrible despot. The Abrahamic God, and I'm going to sound all preachy now, the Abrahamic God is depicted in Scripture and retold in various ways by different people with different agendas. He's a fucking terrorist. He's a fucking asshole who has taken down individuals and committed, beyond genocide, humanicide. I don't know if that's a word. I don't know if I'm coining a term. I really don't. But if you listen to the story of Noah, he wiped out everyone on the earth except for 8 people and saved 7 of some animals and pairs of others. It's not a story that makes any sense logically. I mean, we don't actually think this happened. But think about this. Some people, many years ago, experienced tremendous destruction from natural disaster. Possibly, I don't know this for sure. It's something I'd like to look up. But floods often happen naturally in floodplains, natural floodplains. But how many years has the technology for damming a river or stream existed? How many times have warring nations maybe used a dam to destroy or take over a population? And I know it's happened in modern times. In modern times, whole groups, tribes of people have been destroyed by floods that were man-made. One of the great symbols in my country is the beaver. And the beaver is a proud and noble animal. And if you're a fan of How I Met Your Mother, there's some very funny videos if you want to get some levity of Robin handling her beaver with her friend on a Canadian television program, a fictional Canadian program. But water, yeah, people need water, AR. So there's two ways you can destroy a nation. You can flood them so they have nowhere to sit, or you can cut off their water so they have nothing to drink. You don't need a global flood to destroy a people. We know from science and the exploration of our Earth that we've done that, you know, our world definitely has never experienced this flood. But what I do know, and what I'm most certain of, is this: our world has experienced great tragedy at the hands of men and women. But when I say men, I mean humans. And while there's no evidence of any actual God that treats people as shitty, as the Abrahamic God is portrayed to do, the things that are done in his name are absolutely atrocious. And if we, all of us, anyone that's here watching, there's 6 of us watching, if people rewatch, I invite you to watch this. And this is going to be triggering on a number of fronts. And I want people to think about this, because we talk about persecution complex amongst Christians. They're like, and they're expected to be persecuted. That's in the Bible. And a number of religious groups, they consider themselves martyrs for their religion. And there's, some pretty amazing tales of people that have lost their lives in the defense of something they thought was great. And tragic tales of people that have killed in the name of religion, in the name of their God and what they think their God told them to do. It's amazing there's this divide between the Christians and the Muslims, because they pretty much believe the same stuff. And I'm not a scholar on any of this. I just hear people talking. I hear what they say. I've seen what's in their scriptures. And I'm going to ask you to look at yourself for a minute and tell me what you see. Look at your hands, if you have them, if you're lucky enough to still have your hands and your arms. You're lucky enough to have your legs and your torso, your feet. If you have your eyes and your nose and your mouth. If you can still breathe, if your heart still beats. If you have a working liver, working kidney or kidneys. If your pancreas is still working. If your digestive system is still working. If you're able to eat. If your sex organs still work and you're still able to reproduce or just enjoy your sexuality. Or if your sexuality is kind of ace, you're able to experience whatever it is you like to experience. Take a look at all of that. And tell me if anything that I have mentioned, if your eyes see, your ears hear, you can taste, you can smell. So your organs are working. And you are not living in a tremendous disease state, or your disease state is manageable like mine. Because of modern science, modern medicine, which some way has been ostracized and put down by some religions. That's pretty shitty. Now, the things I've described are the things that unite us, the things that make us not so different. Now look at your body and look at the things that are used for you or against you, depending on the situation. Look at your sex organs and ask yourself if your sex organs have put you in a different category of human being. Ask yourself, look at your skin. Look at the color of your skin for a minute. And ask yourself if you've been categorized and ranked amongst your fellow humans for that. Look at your body shape. Look at your musculature. Ask yourself if you've been put down for being too strong or too weak. Look at how tall you are. Look at how short you are. Have you been categorized for that? Look at your body type, your frame. Are you a petite person? Are you a large person? Are you big and tall? Are you a football linebacker? Are you a ballerina? Are you somewhere in between? Ask yourself if you've been categorized for that. Look at your belly. Is it big? Is it small? Is it tight? Is it big and round? Look at your skin again. Do you have a lot of body hair? Do you have little body hair? Do you need to shave it from some parts of your body to fit in with society? Do you just let it grow? Look at your knees. Are they sore? Do you have arthritis? Have you worked in a blue-collar job and worn out your joints? Have you been put in a category of someone who lives with a disability? Have you lost your mobility? Have you gained something? And have you been put in a situation where you feel less than others because of some of these little bits and pieces? Are you a person who is stuck because you're from a certain community? Do you have an accent? Do you speak English differently because you're from a certain region? Or do you speak other languages and you speak them with aplomb, but people don't understand you that well when you speak the language of where you are? Have you felt like an outsider because you've been told what you are isn't right? That you're not average enough. You're not close enough to the median. You're not normal, which is a word that in the patient advocacy and patient partner community we don't use. We consider it to be a slur, which is a bit weird because normal seems like a normal word. But asking someone if they're normal is kind of shitty. Ask yourself if you have empathy for what other people have gone through, because you've gone through something. It doesn't have to be the same thing. Oh, I'm just going to say hi to Wendy. I see other people saying some great things in the chat. I'm going to come back to. Wendy, thanks for dropping by. Wendy is a great communicator, and she has a great channel where she does some MLM and sales conversations, and she works with DC and Jessica and Jen. Those are all great creators, and I'm glad she dropped in to say hello, and I'm saying hello because she can't stay, obviously. I look at all the things that are quote unquote wrong with me. I look at my body and I'm ashamed, and I'm hurt by the things that are said to me about it. All the things that people don't like about it. And I can understand what it's like to feel like you're no good for something, and you're very good for something else. And Sumami brought up something. I'm gonna just read what Sumami wrote here. This is not something I've felt. I've felt different things a different way, and I'll point them out in a couple of minutes. Sumami says, continually sexualized to the point I now dress like the feed the birds lady to avoid being ogled when I'm trying to walk my dog. And she asked another question: Do you live with a disability people don't see or easily recognize? Sumami, that's something that people often forget. And I'm going to be quite honest, and I'm going to say something that I hope, and I'm glad we have a female perspective here. Don't care what buttholes say about your looks. Sumami, I don't know that much about what you look like. I've seen you speak online a couple of times now, and for a long time I had no idea what you look like. And it really doesn't matter. You're a great person who has great empathy for other people, and for you understand your own situation quite well. And I think you recognize some terrible behavior in others and call it out, and I appreciate that. There was a time when you called out, I think, that asshole Jim Bob. Use your own pictures you have. Yeah, so that it's Sumami, I gotta say, it's like 3 millimeters tall on this screen for me. I can barely see you. I have seen it before, and I've seen you just just turn your webcam on and just talk, and you speak very well. Sumami brings up something that I'm going to be quite honest about, and I'm not aware of day to day. I don't think of this, and you slammed old Jimbo. Yeah, absolutely. I wish I could find that and pull that up and share it. I don't know if Sumami wants it shared, so I'm not going to do that to her. Hey, Spooky, welcome back. I'm going to say this. I am. Yeah, and I don't want to talk directly to people about their looks. Sumami's a nice person, and her looks are not particularly important. And I don't know if my looks are particularly important. I froze here somehow because I don't know how to work this thing. Is this? I don't know. I don't know if this works. I have no idea how this works. Configure video. There we go. Let me know if I come back live. Because, like, I just did something. Hey, I'm back live. It's being disgustingly bigoted, ableist, and abusive. Yeah, he was. Hey, Jimmy. Welcome. Okay. I popped off at Rim Bob. Yeah, Rim Job the way I did, because it was a good 2.5 hours into him saying disgusting, vile shit to people, regardless of whether they're people I consider friends. Yeah, no, and Sumami, that's another conversation I'll get into. Pray over me to fix you. Disability isn't dirty word. Yeah, Wendy's saying something amazing here too. I want to stay on topic with my ADHD is pretty fucked, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say something honest, and maybe that I shouldn't say. Yeah, I'm moving. Okay, time to dance. All right, I'll see what I can do. I'm suffering from a temporary disability, and it's twofold, and I'll talk about that. Yeah, he attacked Sumami's appearance. Well, you know what? Fuck Jim Bob. He's a piece of shit. Really not. It's like Jim Bob isn't worth 2 seconds of our time, but Jim Bob keeps popping off about shit, and he should be called out on it. And Sumami, like, power to you, and peace to you. You're fucking awesome, right? And the trucker. This is the trucker symbol out the window for have a good one. Keep the greasy side down. don't have any issues as you go by. It's hard for me to do from this position, but there's a lot of different hand gestures we could have. Let me say this, and this is something that men may not think of all the time. And I think the term be like a red-blooded Canadian male. I like the looks of women. I am sexually excited by the looks of women, and I notice women, especially with certain attributes that I find attractive. And I think it's something to be aware of, is that, like, as a man, am I ogling, am I staring, am I being creepy, am I being any of those things? Do I recognize that? Do I think of that? And it's something where you want to be, and I don't know where we should actually be, and I guess, like, women can't live in a man's mind and understand this, and women certainly are attracted to men or women or both. We all have different sexualities, and we all have things that quote unquote turn our cranks, and we don't want to be shitty about it, though, right? We don't want to make shitty comments to people. We don't want to make them feel bad. I don't, anyway. I don't want to be a piece of shit to people. I've been treated like a piece of shit so many times, it's not funny. And I have a great deal of low self-esteem about my own looks and appearance and how I am as a man in a world where certain attributes that I have are great and other attributes I have are terrible, and you put the two together and you have a below average person. Not normal. Not what people are looking for, right? All right, so let's talk about this for a second. If I notice the attractiveness of a woman, I'm probably going to look, and my aim is to not stare or be creepy or be weird about it, because honestly, I don't want to make another human being uncomfortable, even though they might catch my base instincts. They may catch my eye because they have a certain appearance, certain things that catch my eye that I find sexually attractive, that I find makes me excited. And at this point, I'm really tired. I'm really sore. My lungs are really struggling a little bit today. My legs feel like jello because I tried to do a tiny bit of exercise. I tried to work my legs out just a little bit. I did 5 bodyweight squats holding onto my walker. And that's right, I have a walker. I have been trying to get around without one, but when I stand up, I get dizzy. When I move across the room, I'm sometimes okay, sometimes very unsteady. And in order for me to walk 5 straight minutes, I have to take 5 or 6 breaks. There's a pool near, yeah, Sumami, there are local pools. They're only open for public swimming a couple of times a week. And I may need to look at doing something like that to get in better shape. Yeah, that's a good idea, Sumami. Right now, I can't really deal with all of that. Anyway, my video stopped again. I think my audio is still working. It looks like my audio is working. I don't know why my video froze. And I don't know if it's frozen for you guys. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this to be what I hope isn't terrible. And I think if you look at some of the art on my page, you'll see I do homages to certain female characters that I find not just attractive, but powerful and intelligent and great. Okay, I'm glad you guys can still hear me, and hopefully it's not peaking too much. And I say, like, I think a lot of straight men don't even realize they're looking at women the way they're looking at them and making them uncomfortable. And I heard someone put this, that like the constant male gaze on women, and it may be even like this sort of judgment and the thought of that you're being judged. And I'm happily married. I'm very happy with my wife. She's a wonderful person, and I won't talk about her too much because she doesn't want me involving her too much in my YouTube stuff, which is fair. But my wife's a beautiful, lovely woman, and we have a great relationship. And I won't say anything more about that. But I do, as I'm walking around the world, I'm a man. I'm wired to want to reproduce, basically, and so there's this weird fine line. I don't know where the fine line is, and I'm just gonna say I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable, but sometimes I'm gonna see somebody and some attribute of them is gonna make me say, hey, I really like that, and I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable about that, and that constant sexualization. I wonder where does that come from? The amount of sexualization we see. And then at the same time, like we say, like, hey, religion, which we started some of this about the religion, it covers women's bodies. It treats women's bodies in a weird, different way. And it treats men like we have no fucking self-control, which is fucked up in my mind. I hope that doesn't come off wrong, because I think there are people that have encountered so many men that are terrible, awful people that treat people in an awful way that they don't necessarily interact with other men who I think are the majority. And people have told me I'm wrong. People have told me that I'm a very rare bird indeed. People have told me that being a person who, honestly, like if I wasn't married and I was looking for a mate, I would not enjoy taking one by force. I appreciate very much the fact that my wife is attracted to and loves me and cares about me of her own volition. I feel attractive because she's attracted to me, and I feel like she's attractive and I'm attracted to her. And I said I wouldn't talk about her too much, but were I back? Oh, is it distorted, my audio? I'm sorry. I'm going to try standing back a little bit. That might help. I've had a lot of issues here. And this is not working. Activate. I'm just trying some stuff here to see if it works. Hey, my video came back. And I'm really sorry about the distortion in the audio. And it could also be my voice. My voice dying because I feel my lungs getting sore as I go through this today, and I haven't had that in a while. And I'm gonna have to have a puffer, so I hope you guys can just bear with me for that for a second, because that's something I need to do. All right, hopefully that'll help a little bit, and I'm sorry about any effect it's having on the audio. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, the idea of assaulting somebody, of taking them by force, I don't get it. That doesn't turn my crank at all. I'm attracted to people that are attracted back to me. I might be attracted to people that aren't attracted back to me, but I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody, and I don't want to hurt somebody, and I don't want to take something from somebody. It's very hard for me to understand why anyone would want that, That's a hard thing for me to get. I'm playing with this because I'm this audio thing, because or the video thing, because it seems like if I like fuck around with it, it seems to work sometimes, and there seems to be like two different camera things, and I'm not sure where that's coming from. Okay, I think I fucked it up. To your game, my audio will be good. Yeah, that's what Nitty was saying too, right? I think I fucked everything up now. Oh fuck. Well, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I lost visual. Have you guys still got audio? Because like my audio, I just went to adjust it, and then now I don't see I don't see my audio coming around at all. No, spooky. But I'm playing with a new thing, right? So, yeah, my mouse isn't responding too. You still hear me? Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm just checking to see if my mouse will respond better if I fuck around with it. No? Okay. The screen went... Okay, the screen went blank. Okay. Well, I guess what I'm really getting at is I really think there's something wrong with people that are what I'm going to call people that disrespect women. Because I think it's possible to be attracted to women and still respect them and still treat them as people. And so just because someone is physically attractive does not take away from their intellect. It doesn't take away from their capabilities. It doesn't take away anything from them. And having female reproductive organs rather than male reproductive organs, or having reproductive organs that work or don't work, none of that makes you really everything about who you are. It's definitely going to shape who you are. It's really important to respect people for who they are. And in the same vein, I mean, people make assumptions about me because I'm a really big guy. Like, just, yeah, to see if there's a game. Yeah, I've tried to play with that, Jimmy. Right when you said that, I went to touch that, and everything on this screen just stopped working. And I'm not. It's like it's not responding to the mouse in certain aspects, and then in others it is. I'm really not sure what's going on. It's weird. It's weird, the screen, and I can kind of tell that you folks are all still there. And I'm sorry I have no video going here. It's kind of like everything's just stopped. And I am very confused. My mouse is working. I can interact with some things, but not others. On the screen here, it's extremely strange. I can move the screen around, but it's like the inputs from the cursor aren't actually working. It's strange, really strange. It says in the one thing, it says I'm live. I'd have to end the stream. I'm really not at all certain what's going on. Please put something in the chat to let me know if I'm still streaming, because with this software, things have gone just completely kablooey. And I'm not sure how I could fix it. That's super weird. Everything here is weird. Streamlabs desktop. Okay. Yeah, it's gone weird. Don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. Oh boy, I don't know what to say here. This is weird. It's got to be one of the weirdest things I've ever encountered. Here, okay, you hear me. Sounds like whatever app you're using isn't winner. Yeah, so I'm using Streamlabs desktop. I've seen other people, I've seen a lot of people use Streamlabs, and I tried to use StreamYard last week and I think it was on Firefox and I was fucked up, and I haven't put Chrome on here. And yeah, this app